It's the Week 4 edition of the Kangaroo Coach's Corner, brought to you by Mike's Westside Rental. Brent Baker here from the End Zone and Chuck FM. Don't forget this week, the Weatherford Kangaroos play on Thursday night, taking on Southwest. When we come back after this message from Mike's Westside Rental, we'll hear from Billy Mathis, the head coach.
We all know Mike's Westside Rental is the place to go for everything from digging to dancing. But don't let the name fool you. Mike's Westside Rental in Weatherford is pleased to announce that we are now an authorized full sales and service dealer for Echo power equipment and Skag zero-turn mowers. That's right, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws are all for sale at Mike's Westside Rental. Now you can own the best yard equipment on the market with the industry's best 5-year consumer warranty. And while you're at it, mow your lawn with the best zero-turn mowers available, Skag mowers. Skag is the #1 choice of professional landscapers, but they also build a great line of homeowner zero-turns as well, for lot sizes from 1 to 100 acres. Be sure to check us out online at mikesrental.com and like us on Facebook for deals and giveaways. Or just come in and see us at 449 Southwest Rick Williamson Highway. That's Mike's Westside Rental.
Back on the Kangaroo Coach's Corner, joined by Billy Mathis, the head coach of the Weatherford Kangaroos, getting ready for the Thursday night matchup with Southwest out of Fort Worth. Coach, thank you again for joining us. And a little bit strange having one less day to get prepared. How does that factor into your preparation this week?
No, it does. Cutting out a day of preparation, it's always tough, but it's just what you do. So we change up our practices a little bit. We still get everything, done that needs to be done. It's just one less day. We move up our special teams and all that stuff. That's where it really affects you the most, having those one less day. But we make it work. So, it's just part of it.
I guess Southwest has to do the same thing. So, although they may have to do it a little more often because they're having to share those stadiums over in Fort Worth.
Right.
I'm sure one of the things you're working on this week is rushing defense after the yardage given up last week to Ladarius Mixon, 300-plus rushing yards, although it seemed to me like most of those were in big chunks.
They were.
Big plays by Mixon.
They were in big chunks, unfortunately. We didn't do a very good job of tackling last week. We got lined up right. We just didn't finish the plays. He ran hard. He ran harder than we tackled. And that's a tough deal. And we focused a lot every week on tackling, on the simple fundamentals of football every week. Our effort just wasn't up to where it needed to be last Friday.
Let's talk about the matchup with Southwest. They're coming off a win over Dallas Adams, 37-7 last week. They beat Gainesville 39-15, but they lost to Frisco Lebanon Trail 28-14. I really can't make a judgment based on that. So I guess, what do they look like on tape?
Very athletic. Remind me a lot of North Crowley. They've got a quarterback and running back and some receivers, that are just, they're fast. They make good plays. Coach Goebel over there does a great job with them. They're very what they do offensively. They'll spread the ball out 5 wide, and then they'll bring everybody into an Air Force flex bone type of look. Try to run almost a triple option look at you, and then they spread everybody out wide and they throw it a long ways down the field. So, they're a very athletic team. They're very fast. Do a great job. Defensively, they run to the ball well. They're a very good team.
Kenny Wheaton ran a triple option here in Weatherford several years ago, and he had some success. Had some success against Aledo in 2009, as a matter of fact. But is facing a team like that, how hard is that when you don't face that normally from week in to week out? I think most of the teams you play are spread-type offenses.
And they're still a spread team, but they just have that as part of their repertoire. It's part of their wrinkle look. It's not their entire offense, but it's one of those deals you've got to play just assignment football. If you're assigned to take the dive, you take the dive. If you're assigned to the quarterback, you've got quarterback, and somebody's got to be assigned to the pitch. And you've got to take care of your assignment. If we'll do that, we'll be all right. We'll make a play. We'll make pull the ball, make them pitch it, and we've got guys to tackle the pitch man. And our deal is to same thing that I say every week. It is to focus on us. We go out and play really well and do a lot of really good things, and then all of a sudden we do the complete opposite. That's my job to make sure that we stop doing that. It's my job to make sure that we are able to go out and play a complete 4-quarter game without having these mental lapses that we keep having. So we're focused this week on making sure we're doing the right thing. At the same time, still working on fundamentals every single day while we're still working on Southwest. So, we're going to go give them our best. I can promise you that. The last week before district, we want to make sure that we are, healthy going into district. We want to go win this game, and not only win, but we want to go and be dominating like we should be.
Speaking of healthy, how you doing there?
We're doing good. We're going to get some guys back. Jake Spooner ought to be back this week, which is exciting for us. Jake being a senior and being a team leader the way he is, excited. He's running a lot better. So, expect to see him back some this week. So it's going to be good. We're still banged up just a tad, but it's one of those deals of how we've got to be smart with a couple of the guys that are banged up.
How does we're talking to Billy Mathis, head coach at Weatherford High School football. You've got guys going both ways, and you talked about this last week. Some of your skill players and you've got some critical guys going both ways. And I don't know if that factors into what happens in the fourth quarter for you or not. Is that unusual for a 6A team to have that? And are there special things that you can do to take some of the pressure off of those guys when they're having to go both ways?
Right. So, we rotate. Our biggest deal of guys that go both ways are our safeties and receivers and our running back. So we rotate them to make sure that they keep fresh. We did a lot better job the last 2 weeks of doing that. But is it typical? Lake Travis has guys that go both ways from 6A all the way down to 1A football. There are guys that play both ways every Friday night. And it's just part of what you do. We've got to put our best 11 out there on the field, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, to give us the best chance to win. And we've got to be smart about how we roll those guys in there, right, to keep them fresh. But we're going into week 4 of the season. We ought to be in good enough shape to go out there and play a little bit of Ironman football, not only physically but mentally, and our guys are. So, the first week against Granbury, we got tired. That was right. I didn't do a good enough job of making sure we stayed fresh. But now we've got a good rotation of our guys of who's in, when, and who's out. Make sure they get a little breather so that they can be fresh by the time the fourth quarter comes along.
Billy Mathis, head coach at Weatherford High School. Got an idea for you on special teams.
I'm ready.
You're receiving the punt. Your guy receiving the punt doesn't wave fair catch. Everybody on the opposite side starts walking off the field. Boom, he takes off down the left side for a touchdown.
I love it because I would like to know what was going through that young man's mind when he did that.
Oh, you've already seen this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mean Green.
Saw it last week. Great job. It was a great job. Great call. Very good acting on their part.
You got to love the acting.
Got to love it.
Trick plays are something that everybody loves. Everybody loves to see a great trick play. And I'm curious as to, you guys, do you have trick plays installed that you haven't revealed yet? And
absolutely, every team does.
Yeah,
that's one of the funnest parts. One of the most fun parts of practice, right? The kids always want to come up with, the trick play. Ken always wants to run
so they're coming
Eagles
up with
run. Oh, absolutely.
Ideas. Okay.
Hey, coach, let's run the reverse, throw it back to the quarterback. Double flea flicker. So absolutely, and to be honest, those type of trick plays, reverse, those are good things to have into a game plan. They do work at times, and they keep a defense honest at times. You've got to work on them.
It could be a backbreaker.
It absolutely
something like that
could.
happens.
The best part about the trick play type of thing is if you're executing your offense the way it should be, and then you can come back with the reverse or the flea flicker or something, then that's when it really works.
Yeah.
So many people think, oh, you got to run the trick play or the reverse when your offense isn't being successful. Then they're thinking, why don't you run a reverse? Well, we can't even run our regular offense. So that's always my answer to people.
Yeah.
But if your offense is being successful and you're running the ball well, throwing the ball well, and good things are happening, and they're able to catch them having to over pursue, that's when the trick play is the best.
Right.
Offensively. Special teams wise, the sneaky onside kick, the fake fair catch, those things, those are part of the game of jump out there anytime you want.
I don't know if I want to see Ken Seals running down the sideline and receiving a ball from somebody. I don't know. I mean, I know he wants to do it.
He wants to do it. He wants to get in there and play fullback and go kick out a defensive end.
Oh my
He'll
God.
do whatever. He will. Just like all of our boys, we've got a lot of great kids that are great team players.
Yeah.
And, they'll do whatever we ask them to do, and that's what makes me so proud. Those guys came in Monday morning ready to work, ready to get this ready to get this bad taste out of our mouth. We did not play well Friday night. That is no secret at all. So we're looking to get that bad taste out of our mouth and get ready to go take care of business Thursday and get ready to go into district, hitting on all cylinders.
It's always fun talking football with you, Coach. I appreciate the passion. I look forward to talking to you next time, and thank you for the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Billy Mathis, Kangaroo Coach's Corner, brought to you by Mike's Westside Rental.